Hi dear students, in this video I am going to talk about redox reactions as basis for titrations. This topic is from the chapter redox reactions. Redox reactions as basis for titrations. Basis for titrations, which are known as redox titrations. Redox titrations. Redox titrations. Students, redox titrations are defined as titrations in which estimation of substance, estimation of a substance can be done by titrating it against a suitable oxidizing or reducing agent. Oxidizing or reducing agent. Students, for example, if you want to estimate the oxalic acid, concentration of the oxalic acid, then it is generally done by titrating against the potassium permanganate in the acidic medium. In the burette, we have to take a potassium permanganate. Burette is filled with the standard potassium permanganate solution whose concentration is known. Standard solution. Burette is filled with the potassium permanganate. Up to this it is filled, completely filled, right? Up to the mark it is filled with the KMnO4, potassium permanganate. Then whatever the H2C2O4, oxalic acid, we want to estimate, that is to be taken in the conical flask. Conical flask, we are taking the H2C2O4. Known volume we are taking H2C2O4, and this is made as acidic by adding small amount of sulfuric acid. Small amount of sulfuric acid. Then we are adding that KMnO4 to the H2C2O4. Then being a oxidizing agent, it will oxidize oxalic acid into the CO2 gas. When that all the H2C2O4 present in the conical flask is reacted, all this H2C2O4 is completely reacted with the KMnO4 which we are adding. Then if we add extra drop of KMnO4, immediately the color of this solution will turn into the pink color. Here no need of external indicator. Okay. Other indicator is not required. Potassium permanganate itself, it acts as a indicator in this case. Self indicator. Estimation of H2C2O4 by using suitable oxidizing agent, or if it is some substance, if you want to estimate potassium permanganate, then we can use H2C2O4 or other suitable reducing agent. That titrations are called as a redox titrations. Titrations in which estimation of a substance can be done by titrating it against a suitable oxidizing or reducing agent. Those are called as redox titrations. Students, according to our syllabus, we have different oxidizing agents, 3 different oxidizing agents in the syllabus we have, that is potassium permanganate, potassium dichromate, and iodine. Iodine case, two different types of titrations is possible, that is iodimetry, iodometry. Now let us discuss starting with the potassium permanganate. Dear students, potassium permanganate KMnO4 acts as oxidizing agent in all the mediums in the sense acidic, alkaline and neutral medium, all the mediums. Advantage with the KMnO4 is no need of external indicator. Advantage is it will act as self indicator. Let us take one example for this. MnO4 minus in the acidic medium we are discussing, it will oxidize Fe2 plus into Fe3 plus. Meanwhile, MnO4 minus is reduced into Mn plus 2. It is reduced into. The balanced equation, students, we can write it as 5Fe plus 2, 5Fe plus 3, right? Oxygen atoms 4, so we can write it as 4H2O and 8H plus here, 8H plus. This is a balanced equation in which Fe plus 2 ions can be estimated by titrating it against standard potassium permanganate in the acidic medium. Potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7. Potassium dichromate acts as oxidizing agent only in the acidic medium. Ionic form we can write it as a Cr2O7 2 minus gives rise to 2Cr3 plus. This side, students, we can write it as a 7H2O, 14H plus and plus 6 electrons. This is a balanced equation in which potassium dichromate is acting like an oxidizing agent. But here we can use external indicators. Those are diphenylamine, K3FeCN6, potassium ferricyanide, K3FeCN6. Diphenylamines are used as indicators in this reaction. Students, iodine is a weak oxidizing agent. So in some of the, rarely it can be used as oxidizing agent. The redox titrations in which iodine is directly used, they are called as iodometry. That is, in the oxidation of Na2S2O3, iodine acts like a oxidizing agent which gives 2NaI plus Na2S4O6, sodium tetrathionate. If the iodine is directly used, that is called as iodometry. Iodine is directly used. Other type of titrations in which iodine is indirectly used called as iodometry. Cu2 plus ions can be estimated first by titrating against I minus, which will be oxidized into I2, and further this iodine can be estimated by using titration with the standard sodium thiosulfate Na2S2O3, which gives 2NaI plus Na2S4O6. Students, here directly we are using iodine in the titration iodimetry. Indirectly iodine is used to estimate Cu2 plus ions, which is called as iodometry. Here I2 is used indirectly in the titration in which I2 is involved. For that, starch is used as indicator. Starch as indicator. Students, this is about the redox titrations. So in the syllabus mainly we have potassium permanganate, potassium dichromate and iodine. Iodine case, two different types of titrations are possible. Iodimetry, iodine is directly used, iodimetry. Iodine is indirectly used, then those titrations are called as iodometry. Both the cases, starch is used as an indicator. Thanks for watching.